everyone, and welcome back to Disqualified. It is Caleb, your predictions champion for the main roster predictions. Not this card yet, but joined as always by Trevin, Zach behind that camera.
Hello.
And we are here to discuss a masterpiece of a card from start to finish, NXT Roadblock.
Bro. Who let Shawn Michaels cook?
Hey, whoever let him cook, don't get him out the kitchen. Keep that man there. Shackle him to the fucking stove. I don't care what you have to do. We are not losing his recipes.
No, because we knew this card was going to be a banger when we opened with none other than probably the most hyped match of this card. Your TNA Tag Championship match with the defending champs, the Hardy Boys, versus your NXT Tag Champions, Fraxium.
Oh my God. Inject this into my veins, please.
Because we looked at each other being like, ain't no way they're opening with this match.
They
opened with this.
Oh, dude, these two teams showed why they are the best tag team going today and the best tag team probably ever. Non-stop action from start to finish, and right when you think Fraxium is going to pick up the win, Hardy's come back. They get one over on Fraxium.
They were trading who's gonna win so much during this match. I was like, oh, Fraxium got it after this. Mm-hmm. Oh, Hardy's got it after this. Mate, what are you on, and can I have some?
Yeah, but as always, we will just tell you who wins because we urge you yourself to go watch the matches because they are great. But yes. TNA Tag Team Championships get retained by the Hardy Boys.
Yup.
They win with a Twist of Fate and Swanton Bomb combo. Classic, clean win. 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Again, as you said, inject this match into my veins, because holy...
Yeah, and they've hinted that they are not done.
Nope.
I kind of want more of this.
Yes.
This time I'd like to see the NXT tag titles on the line.
Yes.
And then maybe if we're crazy, Ultimate X double title match.
Yes.
I just want to see the Ultimate X in the WWE ring. Please give it to me. I need to see those ropes suspended above the ring.
Please give me utter chaos.
It's going to suck for the Hardy Boys. But the other option is a ladder match for both titles. But either way, I need this to be a 3-match series, preferably a 7-match if it doesn't get too tired. But we move on.
A
10-match series?
10-match series.
One for each star.
Yeah. And then we move on to the second match of the night.
I believe that was Roxanne and Jordan Grace.
Yep, it was Roxanne and Jordan Grace. I was trying to see if you knew.
Yeah.
No, I knew.
Yeah.
I knew because Jordan Grace came out in She-Hulk inspired gear and it was amazing. But this match, once again, fucking cooked. The story of this match was Roxanne very much picking apart one of Jordan's legs.
Yep.
Trying to knock the powerhouse down to one leg.
Yep.
Because it's very hard to do power moves when you don't have good balance.
Yep.
And unfortunately, did not work out for Roxanne.
Yep. As Jordan Grace hits package powerbomb, which they named, I think. Oh, Beast Mode. She hits Beast.
No, I think she entered Beast Mode. I think is what they said, but I don't know the name of her finisher. Forgive me, but she hits her finisher. And 1, 2, 3. Is this the send-off for Roxanne? Or is this you get one last one against Bayley in NXT? Because that's where this whole rivalry started.
I don't...
And Bayley's looking pretty clear on Mania right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe? Because that's the thing, is that after Chamber, it's only been 2 Mondays technically since Chamber, but the Roxanne and Bailey feud has kind of mellowed / died out.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them finding a way to reel it back in, but if this is Roxanne's absolute last match in NXT, I'd be satisfied. It cooked. It showed that Roxanne has a long future ahead of her and also builds up the new up-and-coming Jordan Grace for this brand. In TNA, she was a monster.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be mad if this was how they satisfied Roxanne's NXT run before getting up to main roster. I will also not be mad if she gets a match at Stand and Deliver, whether it be Bailey or rerun with Jordan.
I think purely just for logistical reasons, she probably has that Stand and Deliver match. And I think her Stand and Deliver match, I think it's going to be Cora Jade.
Yeah.
Build Cora Jade up, give her
I
a
was
good
just
win.
about to guess that. Yeah, Cora.
Give her a big win and send Roxanne up to the main roster after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because they're going to Europe next week.
Yeah.
And, I mean, not saying that she can't make the flight. She very much can. But I just think it's a bit too early right now to debut her on the main roster full time.
Yeah. But then
We get the Meat Mountain match. We get your NXT Championship match with your TNA X Division champion, Moose, versus your NXT champion, Zach. Say his name.
Obafemi.
Yeah, Obafemi came in and like Undertaker told him before coming out, defend your yard, and defend his yard. He did. This was a knockout, drag down, brawl, and like good old JR would say, a flat out slobber knocker.
And as Big E would say,
Big These two big ass hosses went at it. Moose, of course, did his running crossbody from the corner, which was big men should not be able to move like that.
He hit his somersault spears, what I'm gonna call it, because he spears and then decides to do a full flip.
Oba fucking military press slams him out of the ring. And then we get a fall from grace.
For the 1, 2, 3.
Like, I recommend you go watch every match of this card because every match of this card was perfect. We're going to do the ratings after because we forgot to do it for the first couple. This match, definitely go and fucking watch. Like, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not watching this match. This match was very good. You get to see the big-ass monster that Obafemi is, and hopefully will become.
You basically get to see these NXT and this crossover. The two men who, the companies they're representing, both of them call each other the Unstoppable Force, just meet in the middle.
Yep, and Oba came out on top, and yeah, it was just...
I don't want him to lose the chip yet, but get this boy on the main roster.
Nah, fuck that. Let him hold the title for 3 years. I don't care. Give me a Roman Reigns reign with fucking Obafemi. I don't care. I fucking love him as champion. But moving on to, I think, one of the... how do I say this? One of the more exciting matches of the night. It is Javon Evans and Ethan Page in a New York City street fight. And boy, they did not miss. There were several spots of... The funniest spot of the match was Javon throwing Ethan into the corner. Ethan was going to go face first into a chair. He stops himself. And he smiles, and he just laughs, and he points at the chair. And then Javon just kicks him into the fucking chair. And then there's also a spot where Javon just throws Ethan onto a chair, which I thought was a very interesting way to get him to sit down.
Yep.
But
And then one of the near the end spots is Javon hits cutter after cutter until finally they're on the apron and Javon sees a table set up and it's like, one more.
Ladies and gentlemen, he did what I would consider, and what most high jumps would consider, a Fosbury flop, pretty much. Because that's how you do the jump in the high jump. Grabbed a man by his neck from behind his head and said, "You're going through this table with me now. Goodbye." Dragged him down, threw him back into the ring, did his, is this when he did the fucking, no. This is where he tried to put Ethan's head in the chair.
Yeah.
Ethan got out of it because he fought back. Until Ethan put his head back in the chair, hits another cutter, head stuck in the chair. 1, 2, 3. Javon Evans win. But, folks,
Ow!
That's not all. Because the group that we thought was called the Culling. But now we just have to go back to calling them these 4 men, or these 3 men. And Dion. Hi, Dion. But they come out and they jump Javon Evans and give me Saquon Sugars and Javon Evans at Stand and Deliver.
Yep.
Give me that.
But
match.
it was hilarious. Javon.
Wait, sorry, not to cut you off real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead.
If you do not know about Lucky Ali and Jay Malachi and fucking DPW, go watch that match. It might be on YouTube. I don't know where to watch it, but go watch that match.
Yes.
I've seen it. I forgot where I've seen it, but go watch that match. It is fucking perfect.
Yeah, but no, the lights went out and the spotlight showed up, and then the spotlight was on Javon to see his reaction, and he just looked at the 4 men and was like, you know what, F it, squabble up.
And dude, I really like what they're doing with them going to the crowd. So they do the spotlights on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it strobes. And then they just run through the crowd.
Yep.
I saw this also online. And the main reason why I picked Saquon Sugars out the group, other than him being the only other person I know, really, by name. No. Trill London is one of these guys. I forgot Trill London is the big dude with dreads.
Mm.
And then I think it's... I'm forgetting the last guy's name.
You're all
but
good.
Saquon Sugars, he is the dude with the knee brace, if
Mm-hmm.
anyone doesn't know. He is standing out phenomenally in this group. Like, every single time I see this group, I look at him. He, when I see this group, is the star.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to try to push Dion as the star.
Yes, because I brought it up earlier when this happened live, and I was like, is there a reason they're attacking this? And it's like, wait, wasn't Dion's last match involved Javon before he left to form this group?
I don't recall. I think he might have fought him. He fought someone, I remember. But I think just the presence of Saquon, he doesn't sit still. And that's the thing that sets him apart from the group. Because the group very much is like a Aldi's Shield.
Yeah.
And Saquon stands out because he just sits there and he's always rocking back and forth. He's always doing something.
Yeah. The other 3 are very stoic, militant almost, and he's just over there being like, so we jump at this man or what?
Yeah, and I can very much see him being the mouthpiece of the group just because he is standing out. I can very much see him being the star. I want them to put a focus on him, please. But that is it for this segment.
Yep.
They do, of course, the quad power bomb. Everyone pops for the quad power bomb because it's fucking amazing.
It's a cool move.
And but then we get
why these people, despite our belief and news sources, aren't called the Colleen.
Because we get the one and only promo package.
Yep, which starts with the family addressing that next week we are getting a 6-person mixed tag match between the family, represented by Stax, Rizzo, and why am I forgetting? Luca. Versus...
The Culling.
Yup.
Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Izzy Dame.
Yep. Because it's revealed in the other squads. In the other squad's promo, talking about how they are going to rip the family to shreds with a terrifying yet beautiful line from Sean Spears at the end of the promo. First we took their gold, now we're going to take their heart. Amazing heel bar.
But yeah, Izzy Dame is the one that
name dropped it.
Dons the name of the Culling. But I think it would have been better for the 4 men, or the 3 men and Dion Lennox.
Yep.
Actually, the 2 men, and Dion Lennox and Shaquan Sugars. Because I'm going to start calling that man by his name so people actually start knowing his name. Shaquan Sugars is that guy.
Yep. Yeah.
But,
because it makes sense. The name makes sense for both groups.
Mm-hmm.
The Sean Spears and those guys are trying to tear things down. They're Grim Reaper-esque of like, you have served your time, now we're here to take you away. The 4 men are here to beat the snot out of each other, but they
hold the men's division.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we just have to be patient. Eventually they're going to get named, I think. With them jumping Javon, hopefully, and maybe this just may be me being optimistic or hopeful, but hopefully we actually start getting promos from these guys.
Yeah.
And we get a one-on-one match, specifically Saquon and Javon.
Yes.
I just want to see that match,
yes.
Please, 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 please.
But now,
your main event of the evening.
Title for title.
Stephanie Vaquer, your NXT North American Women's Champion. I said that in a really weird order.
Versus your NXT Women's Champion, Julia. Inject this match into my veins.
Oh my god, dude. From start to finish, all gas, no breaks. They went to a early stalemate because they were predicting each other's moves.
The parity between these two.
There was a Stephanie's famous spot. We all know the spot where she dribbles their head like a backup ball.
Yep. Julia move thieved it.
And did it. And then Stephanie got her lick back and did it. And also, after they did it, they started chanting Booker T because of Booker T's reactions to it every fucking week. But I think this all pales in comparison to the spot of the fucking night. Spot of the night. You see Julia on the ground. Stephanie goes up to the top after a SVB.
Yes.
And she goes up to the top and she's going to hit a spiral tap.
Yep.
Goes to hit the spiral tap and Julia catches her in a fucking triangle. Let me explain the spiral tap for you that don't know. This is a move where you do, I think, about 3 spins, so 3 rotations.
Yep.
And a front flip.
How the frick does someone time that to put you in a triangle?
Exactly. That was the cleanest transition, and you would think this is the end. But no, Stephanie hits 2 more SVBs, and no! NXT Women's Champion, and still your NXT Women's North American Champion, Stephanie Vaquer.
I think it actually took a total of 4 SVBs that match to put Julia down. And
if the reports are true, and one of these women were injured going into the match, and now
you
looking like
could
Julia,
not tell.
You couldn't tell. At the beginning, you could see Julia kind of shaking out her forearm.
Yeah.
It might be, I'm speculating, it could be a forearm injury because she was like shaking it out repeatedly. But I don't know. I'm no sports doctor. I can only see what they tell me on the dirt sheets.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Stephanie is your new champ. becoming the 4th champ because we don't count interim tag title reigns, Adam Cole. Sorry.
No, yeah.
But
I brought this up before the episode started yesterday as of recording of it's a WWE thing where titles go through a unification or double championship thing. It just happens. But how do you feel about how the NA Championship has been booked since its inception? And also, how do you feel about this Julia Stephanie friendship rivalry-esque storyline? Because I asked the question yesterday of, do you feel like these women or these title reigns would be any different or less on top if their roles were reversed?
So, I think to answer the first part of it, the Women's North American title has been booked, I think, in a decent way, and I'll explain it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have your first reign with Kalani Jordan.
Yep.
7 defenses, great reign. Also gets started off of a great ladder match, which, just like the Men's North American Championship, that's how that lineage got started.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have Kalani Jordan defend it 7 times, you give it to Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley has a few defenses, and they're good. I didn't mind Fallon as a champion. The only thing I mind about her work is how she goes, yeah! Every match, you are not Link. Sorry. Only the boy in the green tunic and hat can do that. Sorry. Or blue, depending on which timeline. Don't look at me like that, Zach. But, yeah, so... And then the thing that got murky about it was at the end when they did the fatal 4-way to determine the number 1 contender. And then because Fallon got pinned earlier that night by Shotzi, that was now null and void. That fatal 4-way made no sense.
And it switches to a number 1 contender 1v1 between Stephanie and Shotzi.
Yep, and then we get Shotzi winning that match. And I think at that point, that is when they started to drag Fallon Henley's title reign out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, we should have had at least... Because here's the thing about both these women as champions. Julia has had 1 defense before this match. And Stephanie, before this match, had 1 defense. So I think you could have at least gotten 1 more defense out of each. And then you could have done this match if the injury was really a thing that was playing a factor into this match and moved it up. Because I heard it was supposed to take place later down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Women's North American title has been booked decently. It's been okay.
Yeah.
It was their prototype for a women's mid-card.
Mm-hmm.
And I think out of the women's mid-card belts, it has been booked the best.
Yes.
It's just that Chelsea's has the most personality because she's making her character around the belt.
Yeah.
Whereas Stephanie, Fallon, and Kalani, along with Lyra, are just representing the championship.
Yeah.
Whereas Chelsea literally is the embodiment of the championship. But yeah, it's been booked great. And to answer your second question, I don't think that it would have changed how these belts are booked or how these women are looked at in the ring. I think it's just really sad to see this happen now, mainly because you could have dragged it out.
Yeah.
We could have had a summer of this, and then you could have done it.
Yeah.
And I think, and the thing that sucks the most is now that Julia is potentially injured and out, people are saying that online, I hate the internet wrestling community. I famously say this. It is a bubble, and it is a very toxic bubble.
Yep.
They're saying that Julia is now just playing second fiddle to Stephanie and that she's taking a step down because Stephanie's there. And it's, if she's injured, and this was their vision, sure, we might not like the vision that happened now. But it happened.
Yeah.
And either we're going to get Stephanie as just NXT Women's Champion, and she'll vacate the other belt, and we'll get a tournament for the Women's North American Championship, or just put together another ladder match. I don't care how you do it. Or we get a champ-champ situation. The only thing that I hate the most is going into Mania season is a champ-champ. Because what belt do you defend, or do you defend both?
Yeah.
So, that's my only gripes with the booking of the title v title match and how it came about.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be great. Stephanie is a great champion.
Yes. No.
She was a triple champion before she came to WWE. She can handle the pressure of holding multiple belts.
Yep.
But, yeah, that is it for this episode of NXT. Before we let you go, we're going to rate these matches. So, starting with your TNA tag title match.
S.
I'm going to give that an S.
Yep. Roxanne versus Jordan, I'll give A-. It's nothing to disparage the match, but it's a disparage of the production. The picture-in-picture ruins the hype matches have. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this had the chance to be an S-tier match if it didn't have such a long picture-in-picture time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I will give this match an A. And the reason why is, and you could say it's a stupid reason. It's totally subjective. I just really liked Jordan Grace's gear, and that just adds an extra point for me.
No.
I really like the
That's
She-Hulk
fair.
gear. Like it was very good.
You are very much an aesthetic person.
Yes, I'm very much an aesthetic person. So next, our
NXT.
not TNA NXT title match: Obafemi versus Moose.
The more it's weird because I'm like looking back on it, it's like for them being big men, it wasn't very technical. It was very much more striky, which is something you don't think about when you think of two big men meeting each other.
You think very much power moves.
Yes.
And they were very much striking.
Yeah, but I still think as someone who's a traditional martial artist, I don't hate it. And these two still did plentiful of power moves to commemorate the classic big meaty men slapping meat style match.
I'm going to give it an A+. I just want more. That's my only critique. I just want more. I think it could have gone a little longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to our fourth match, Trevin.
The street fight.
I'm giving this an A+.
I'm also giving it an A+. I feel like there could have been a little more prop work.
There could have been more. They could have focused more on Javon's jaw. I mean, I know it's healed now, but they could have focused on it more.
Yeah.
I'll give it A+, but a little like addendum point is Ethan Page tweeting out, or there's two addendum points. The first one is the two men, Dion and Shaquan Sugars coming out and jumping Javon, and two, Ethan tweeting out, "I'm in pain, my jaw hurts, my neck, my back, you know the rest." So that gives it a little extra point.
Yeah.
But moving into your main event, title v title,
S.
A+. Needed to go longer.
That's fair.
They gave them about, I think, 20-ish minutes.
Yeah.
This needed 30 minutes, like Ross.
I also feel like, I'm still keeping it at S, but I feel like more people would also rate this match higher if it didn't have to go picture-in-picture, especially because they went picture-in-picture for you cable viewers when Julia was move thieving the head dribble.
Yep. And, I just think picture-in-picture takes away from all the action. I would much rather have this just been saved for a Peacock show.
Yep.
But, with that being said, overall, I'm going to give the card A+.
I think, based off how I rated the 5 matches, it averages out to either a high A+ or low S.
Yeah, but once again, NXT proven to be the best show for WWE, and this has been our best review that we could give you over here at Disqualified. So, thank you for joining us. This has been Caleb, your main roster prediction champion. Next time you see us for an NXT PLE, there will be an NXT belts in here, vacant, waiting for its new home.
I will win it.
And I should just announce this now. For both belts, because it is Mania season and it's in Vegas, so why not go all out? All 4 members of Disqualified will be predicting the cards. So, we will have the biggest challenge yet. We will have, for this main roster predictions champion,
2 nights of WrestleMania to predict.
2 nights of WrestleMania to predict a fatal 4-way. Zach, Gordon, Trevin, and I. And for NXT Stand to Deliver, fatal 4-way predictions for the vacant NXT Predictions Championship.
Or the inaugural.
Yeah, and we hope that it will be a lot of fun for you guys to see us struggle with predictions, mainly because I know Zach and Gordon are going to make some wildly off-base ones, and Trevin is due for at least one weird one. So, we shall see you.
I'm the story man.
Yeah, we shall see you Saturday Saturday for us for SmackDown. But until then, this has been Caleb, Trevin, Zach Von the camera as always. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell 3 times so you know the match is over. And we'll talk to you later. Thank you for your time. Peace.
Bye.